Hey everybody, welcome to the Talkies. Three filmmakers talking about movies. I'm Kenny.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Taylor. I'm Devon. I'm D.
D.
I'm D.
Yeah, don't say Devon and mix up our viewers.
Oh,
now.
shit.
They're used to you saying D.
I'm D.
All right, Kenny, D, and Taylor.
There you go.
But this time, I'm D.
Oh, God.
I'm D.
I'm Kenny.
All right, Big D. Let's go for D is for Dune. Ha ha ha.
Damn.
D is for Dune a second time.
Yeah. So if you follow our content closely, you know that we recently covered Dune by David Lynch.
We have lots of fans.
A couple.
This time, we covered the Sci-Fi Channel adaptation of Dune that aired in the early 2000s.
Does the show?
Yeah.
Miniseries.
I didn't watch that. Were we supposed to watch that?
It was also directed by Denis.
Really? Yeah. That's crazy.
Just kidding, guys. we covered the epic cinematic event of the year,
True.
Dune by Denis Villeneuve.
The epic half movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely half a movie.
Have we covered any other Denis other than Enemy?
Blade Runner.
Oh no, yeah, we did Blade Runner.
That was our first one.
That was like our first
literally
episode.
Our first episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that. That's right. Literally the movie that inspired us to make this podcast.
Yeah.
My bad, guys. Dumb question. Yeah.
We should cover the original Blade Runner, too.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're very right about that.
That should be our last episode.
Bookend it.
Anyway, we'd been like kind of anticipating this movie for 4 years or something.
Ever since it was announced publicly that it was happening.
But that was like 4 years ago, right?
Something
at
like
least
that.
So.
something close to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like I almost don't know how to feel about this isn't that it's out now.
Well, it's weird thinking about how 2021 was so far in the future.
Yeah.
When this was announced.
When this was announced, it was supposed to be out in 2020.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. Okay, hot takes then.
Hot takes it is.
Kenny, why don't you go first?
Okay. Should I do like the short 3-word hot take?
Unless you have...
More
Unless your other
words?
takes are like
A long one.
much longer.
I loved it.
Whoa.
That's
crazy.
That's the main
yeah.
hot take. I'll give reasons why, but that's the hot take.
Okay.
This is true hot takes because we haven't talked about this movie with each other.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we actually haven't.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
barely discussed it afterwards because we were tired and
It's been like a couple
tired
days
and a
now.
little high and
A little drunk.
a little drunk. Yeah.
A little horny.
A little horny. All those things.
I thought this movie was incredible. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. It was just what I would expect from Denis Villeneuve in terms of quality.
Yes.
He just doesn't have a low quality movie in him.
No.
I don't think.
Yeah,
Nope.
jeez.
He just knows how to make a quality
Continues
film.
batting 1,000.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with what was said.
Very good.
His hot take.
Very good.
That's my hot take, yeah.
The hot takes are unanimous. Let it be written.
Damn, it is known.
Oh, this is going to be a shitty episode.
Yeah.
Well, let me start here. Let's start with criticisms.
Okay.
And that might be a short list. 'Cause
Okay.
I don't have many.
I don't either. I'll start, though.
Yeah.
So I went on taste.io, that app that Taylor told me to go to, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I looked up this movie, and there was a bunch of people that said it was boring. And that didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah, I did not find this movie boring whatsoever.
Yeah, me neither. But it's where, along those 2-star reviews of people saying that the movie was boring, is where I started understanding that's where my divide is in movies, I think, with a lot of people who go to see movies for different reasons. For me, I go to see Denis' work because I like Denis' work. And Prisoners is a really good example where he uses really slow stuff to accent more of the storytelling. Mm-hmm. And he does that a lot in Dune.
He does it a lot in Arrival as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Arrival, I think, is different because it's more... Actually, I don't know. I was going to say it's more cerebral, that film. because
I wouldn't say it's any more cerebral.
than Dune.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe not.
All his movies have that pacing to him.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I like his stuff because it's that pacing. But I know a lot of people who go to see movies, like your brother, for example.
Yeah.
Love it when they're amped up and they want to go on a roller coaster or something like a Marvel movie. This would be boring to them.
Yeah. I guess my main takeaway was that it delivered on everything I hoped would be delivered from a Denis adaptation of the first half of Dune.
Right.
Right? And at the same time, I was really worried about whether or not he'd get his sequel, because I really do see that this is like so counter the trends of what makes a blockbuster movie today.
Yeah.
I mean, I would guess that most production houses and most filmmakers would cave to the pressure to try to make this a self-contained first part, meaning to still put a very strong 3-act with some kind of resolution, even though it's a resolution in the middle of a bigger story. I could see any producer pressuring a director to make that happen, because that's what people want to see and experience in the movie theater.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It sounds like what happened was Denis signed on to do it under the only way he would do it is if he could make it as 2 parts. Even if it's not greenlit, he's like, he got the permission to, and I guess that they obviously, because we've seen the movie, they saw that through, that he just made it as 1 part. And I guess they just didn't screw him on that.
Yeah.
Wow. Like they did David
crazy.
Lynch. Yeah.
I mean, it's 100% a beginning of a story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're really somewhere in the beginning of a second act where it just ends.
Yes. Yeah, precisely. Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've been looking at over the weekend, the movie's doing pretty well, all things considered. On streaming, it beat the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Good.
What?
Yeah.
It beat Snyder Cut?
Beat Snyder
But
cut.
Snyder Cut. But Snyder Cut, guys.
And I think the sentiment is that it's likely going to get the part 2.
Yeah.
Actors are talking about shooting potentially next summer already.
Wow.
I hope so.
Yeah, that was my
Jeez.
first thought too. As soon as it was announced, I was like, how the hell? I was like, one, how did he even get the deal to do Dune after flopping Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Not critically, but financially.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, it isn't. I think that's just what they saw. It's just clearly it's not his fault. It failed. It was just a marketing thing.
I wonder if they know that there is no working with Denis unless it's under these kinds of terms.
I think so.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
That's what it seems.
A true auteur.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing that a person this big now can take on something like a sequel to Blade Runner and Dune. Like, just two way out there sci-fi stuff that people don't talk about.
And the other thing that he deserves applause for is for staying true to the tone and aesthetic of Dune and not trying to pull that into modern filmmaking sentiment either. He let Dune be its weird Dune-y self.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think it is alienating to a lot of audiences. I do.
Like what?
I felt like even I almost felt the same way at the beginning of this movie that I did at the beginning of David Lynch's Dune, where like they just throw you right in, and it's almost like there's no way to not exposition dump Dune in the beginning.
How did they do it in this movie?
They started with like
every time.
There's like some voiceover, and there's some pretty direct like explanations of the planets. It kind of felt like they were just going like, set up this house.
That's what it was. Yeah, it was
very streamlined.
Opening shots, yeah, establishing.
Much better than David Lynch's
better.
Dune.
Yeah.
Well, what I noticed is they covered all the same bases that David Lynch's opening sequence does, but they don't repeat it.
Yeah, that's the thing. The Lynch's one, they just kept fucking repeating that shit.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they don't.
And they made it real easy to repeat because it was always in someone's mind.
Yeah.
So you could just shoehorn it in anywhere.
Right, you'd have to say whatever you wanted.
Man, can I take us aside real quick?
Yeah.
The languages in here I loved so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When compared to Lynch's Dune, where we had 3 different kinds of in-head dialogue, but instead in Denis, it's sign language, voice, and not telepathy, but there was another one.
The voice, like when they used
so
the command
there was
voice.
the voice.
Yeah.
There was sign language, and there was something else. Can't remember what it was. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, there was another language.
Yeah. That's what it was.
They
It
spoke
was
with
just
Dr. Yue.
Yeah, it was just a completely different language. Yeah.
Yeah. Truth.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it has the same kind of pacing and the same kind of language. The way the characters speak and act to each other is very, very true to the tone of the book.
Nice.
That's what I mean, not going along with traditional conventions. There's very few jokes in Dune.
Yeah.
You know?
That's funny.
Like even the most serious action films today find ways to get these little quips in. It's just the way you write movies now.
Yeah, it definitely felt really unique in that regard.
That's so bad. I hate that it's unique in that. Like, I loved what they did with the humor, where it's like maybe 2 jokes and they were like super subtle. Like, what was the thing he said when just before Chalamet's character talked to Duncan? Paul, when Paul talked to Duncan when he first came in, and Duncan said something to him, and there was a little wink, gotcha.
Oh, and he said, "You've put on some muscle."
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then he's like, "Really?" And he's like, "No." Yeah,
and that was and that was it.
But that built Duncan's character.
Yeah,
it wasn't a joke for the sake of pacing the movie.
And he said, "And by the way, Chungus."
Marvel.
Yeah, that's what Marvel does exactly. Yeah. Oh, so this isn't like a Marvel movie. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, it feels like an actual like individualistic thing, like something that it exists in its own universe. It's the Dune universe. Denis has his way of making incredibly immersive movies.
This is maybe the most immersive film I've seen in like 10 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like I felt like I was there on Arrakis. And I am engrossed in what's going on with the story, what's going on with the characters, and what's going on with the world. Yeah. And I believe every second of it.
No, I did feel sick of sand at the end.
Yeah, right? It's like, geez.
Yeah. It never felt fake for a second.
The effects are incredible.
The effects are incredible. Holy crap, are they incredible. Kenny, because you've read the book, is there like some weird like attraction between Paul and his mom in the book?
Not an attraction, no.
What is that? Because Amy talked about it too on the way home, and she's like, there's like a little bit of incest vibes there? I'm like, there is.
I think it's because they're both.
What is that?
I think it's because they're both Bene Gesserit.
Oh yeah.
So that's like the order of witches,
right?
No, they don't do that.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just saying. I think that, and they make this pretty clear. I think in both Dune movies that there's like this deeper sort of magical connection between the two of them that aren't shared between other characters.
So what is it that like the one shot where they're changing into
that was
suits.
Weird, I thought, actually. Yeah. I didn't that part was odd.
That was like she looked back at him, checking out that back.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and say that is the one moment of the movie where I stepped out for a second.
That was the implications.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, what are they trying to say there? Right. Yeah. I did notice that as being odd and not consistent.
So that's not in the book then?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not sure what the hell that was about, to be honest.
There was also
they both, that's the way you set up a romance or a sex scene in a traditional movie. I don't know.
At the end of the movie also, at the very end, they did this cutaway shot where they went for, or it was not a cutaway, a reaction shot, where they cut from Paul to who he was looking at.
Zendaya?
Yeah. No, that's the actress.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, her, and then while he follows her into the distance, then it cuts back to the mother, and she has this kind of look like, "That's my man. What are you doing with my man?" And then it cuts to black. You know, I just thought that again. That was a strange.
What if Denis is setting up an incest thing?
That'd be awesome.
You know,
it'd be a whole Hamlet thing going
Yeah,
on.
that would be
I'd
a
be quite
twist.
fine with that.
you know, maybe he has an agenda here that's not in the book. Whatever.
That's funny.
Dude, that score was crazy.
I
What
really
the
thought
I really like the score.
that
So did I.
Hans Zimmer showed that he's not irrelevant. That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
He went hard
Yeah,
He did.
on this movie.
Yeah.
Those bagpipes
The
just
bagpipes
came out of nowhere, dude. That was
Yeah.
the last thing I would have expected. Like the bagpipe, it sounded like he had a million bagpipes
Yeah.
like layered on
That-
top of each other.
That scene where they land at Arrakis and the bagpipers start and they have their procession in, like, made me want to cry.
Damn,
Like,
yeah.
it was so freaking, like,
How great it was.
impressive.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's Jason
God.
Bourne.
Jesus Christ. It's Jason Bourne.
Yeah. I feel like I saw the most epic thing I've ever seen without it doing very much.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
what he
weird.
does.
It's just not over. The movie's not
That's
done.
what I mean. It's like dissatisfied is the wrong term entirely because it's everything it should have been.
Yeah.
It's just
Right?
that the whole movie isn't out yet.
Yeah, that's it.
all,
It's just it feels so weird to not have more just more,
Yeah.
you know? Like I could tell from the way the music was swelling that we were about to cut to black at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh shit, this is the end."
Yeah.
Right.
And I remember feeling like I could easily sit here 2 more hours.
Same.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They could have, maybe they should have just made the whole thing and just make it like a 5.5 hour movie.
I bet that's what they're going to do when they have the second part come out.
Oh,
They
you
have the
think-
second part, market it, and then stick the two together.
Ooh, double feature like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That's smart.
That
I
would be
love
amazing.
to go
I would
see
love
that.
to watch that.
That'd be the best way to see it.
Yeah, 5-hour Dune movie. Oh, yes.
That'd be so awesome.
That gets me hard.
I wonder if movies like
About time.
longer run times on movies can get more mainstream with how like series
With
go
Snyder
and stuff.
Cut.
Well,
with
we
day
did
and date release too.
We did
Oh,
talk
yeah,
about this when we did the Snyder Cut episode. We
Yeah.
had that conversation about the one good thing that may come out of this is just a breaking of conventions.
Yeah. I mean, it did do that. The
Yeah.
Snyder Cut.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see it as a common sentiment that, you know, people want these like large epic things to be long as it takes to be done correctly. No one wants a movie to be shoved into 2 hours and have it be trash. Like no
Like
one
Dune,
wants that.
like the first Dune.
Yeah, like the first Dune. Yeah.
What's so funny is where, I think Dee pointed this out, that where Denis chose to call it over for one full movie, that is the point where in Lynch's movie he does his big time jump
His
and
jump
like,
cut.
Right.
Yeah.
very abruptly finishes the film.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Like
Yeah.
like all of Denis' second movie is crammed into the last 15 minutes of David
Holy
Lynch's
shit,
movie.
dude. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Because think about it, everything that was in this one was in Lynch's.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, I was like, wow, this is a lot similar to Lynch's.
Yeah, except they just had less dirt slides. And,
Yeah.
And less pugs.
Less
Less pugs.
Yeah.
Way less pugs.
Yeah. But even like the way like the city was oriented to the desert and all that was the same. It
Right.
was the same.
Yeah, they even did the same. I mean, the same scene. Obviously, it's the same plot, but I mean, like the same scene with the knife fight and the
And even the line is the exact same.
right. Yeah, even the lines.
Yeah.
You would have joined me in
Yes, exactly. You
In
would have joined me
something-
in death too,
in
or
death,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
the whole pain scene with the box.
Yep.
Yep. So I guess Lynch was really trying to do a faithful adaptation of the book
Yeah.
as best he could, and so is Denis. So we get to see it's like it's based on the same book.
It is like that.
It's as if
It's as if. Who's the Skarsgård dude who was the fat guy?
the Baron.
The Baron. Yeah.
That's Stellan.
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 Is it Stellan Skarsgård?
That one?
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
papa.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was great.
Damn,
right?
Incredible.
he was so good.
And I love that Denis made his floating menacing as hell. Like when Lynch's guy floated, it just made you laugh. It was like the most. It was just comic book
absurd.
silly. Yeah. When this dude floated, it freaked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he kept him out of focus in that one shot where they showed Paul's father, forgot the dude's name, unconscious on the chair. And then he's like, he can't move. And then you see the Baron rise up from the end of the table and starts floating toward the camera, and it's completely out of focus the whole time.
It's so crazy.
It's like, oh!
I like how his his whatever he's wearing goes all the way down to the floor, so it's almost like he's just really tall.
Yeah.
Amy thought he was a worm at first. I was like, they have a guy who's kind of like that in the '84 Dune.
There is a worm guy.
The worm guy
in the very beginning. He
doesn't fly, but he's a worm guy.
I love that he avoided the poison by going to the ceiling. He hangs on to the ceiling to avoid the gas.
Yeah.
That was a weird shot.
And I also love that the gas killed like everyone else in the room.
I loved the gas shot in here as opposed to Lynch's version. In Lynch's version, he breathed out and he got like two guys, kind of the Baron and the guy next to him, which I thought was kind of cool because the gas coming out of the guy's mouth, obviously it can't be, super huge or anything. But I liked how Denis, I don't know, made it into like this big ass scene. Yeah. Where he breathed out and he killed everybody.
Yeah.
It was much more intense.
Yeah. It was like he did some actual damage to them. Yeah. Wow. That's how I feel. It's just like, wow. It's like too good.
I want to talk about the cinematography a little bit.
Yeah.
Denis has this thing, and I'm thinking about doing a video on it, that I want to call diamond theory, and it's where you set up shots in. You guys have heard of grid theory, where you have like, if you imagine a two-dimensional grid in front of you, and then the more that grid rotates, the more interesting the shot looks. That's what grid theory is. But Denis always sets the camera at the 45-degree angle, where instead of a square on your grid, they're all diamonds. So he always sits in that corner. And you can see that in almost every shot in here, except for the ones that are intentionally done like straight on. And so almost every shot, I remember every single shot in the part where we're on the planet where the guy is doing the robot thing, where he's like, that guy. Every shot in there, every single one is a diamond shot. And most of his stuff is. And I just love that 45-degree angle stuff that he does. It's amazing. It's him. It's very him.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would need to see that visualized.
It's stuck in my mind. I can't get it out.
It certainly felt every bit a Denis production.
Yes.
It just completely saturated with his aesthetic.
Yeah. I felt a lot of Arrival vibes and a lot of 2049 vibes.
Yep.
Yeah. I got a lot of 2049 vibes specifically from like the sets and like the interiors of these big halls.
Some of the lighting too.
Right, and the lighting. It's like he always has these like angled, everything's at an angle on his sets, and there's always beams of light kind of coming through.
I was thinking about the time that he that shot I think that you're talking about in 2049 where he's in the archives.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and has that large beam of light.
Yeah, it looked like there was almost the exact same shot in this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's funny.
It was weird for me to see Jason Momoa clean shaven.
That was weird to me.
I never realized it, but that's now that you say it, that's what's been feeling weird about him. I was like, there's something weird about him.
He has facial scrub at the beginning of the first time you see him.
Okay, but then he shaves later.
But then once he's on Arrakis, he's clean shaven.
Yeah, that was weird to me too.
And it looks so weird. Yeah.
That is funny.
I loved Jason Momoa in that character. I don't know if it's just because
I did too.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I thought he was fantastic.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny because I was like, oh man, he feels like Aquaman. I don't know if
felt like Aquaman but good.
Aquaman but good, or Khal Drogo.
I hope Dave Bautista has more of a role in the next movie.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Because
he had 2 scenes.
He had like barely any, and it felt like he was Dave Bautista at his worst.
Like wrestler mode.
Yeah,
almost.
that's what I mean. All he did was scream.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't because like in 2049, the whole world was like, oh my gosh, Dave Bautista can actually act.
Right.
So when I heard that Denis was casting Bautista again, I'm like, oh, this is going to be special.
Is it right here.
And he's just like, they took what was ours, you know. And he's like flexing, you know. I'm just like, okay, well.
Maybe that's what put him off. Because you remember Dave was saying that he's not playing these characters anymore. Like, he doesn't want to play the big buff guys anymore.
Oh, yeah, maybe then. Yeah.
Maybe Denis.
Sat and pushed him over. You betrayed me, Denis.
He's like, yes, I'll write a Denis movie. I get to do some more real acting.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so I just want you to scream and flex.
Yeah.
God damn it. Well, hey, the movie's not over.
No, we don't.
He's still alive.
Yeah, his character's still alive. We still could
the one
have
that survived.
Do you guys think we saw shots of the sequel in there, even though they haven't shot yet?
Maybe some of those flash forwards.
Yeah, they have flash forwards in here.
Zendaya. If those are what
well,
that
not
is.
just that. They had the giant fight between the Sadu car and
yeah. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
Actually, don't know.
Yeah,
you guys don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know the answer to that.
Damn it.
Yeah. I don't know anyone involved with the production.
Oh, okay,
I
I thought you guys did. Okay.
Yeah.
So one thing I really liked that they included in this that was not in the Lynch movie is the one-on-one battle at the end. Mm-hmm. Where he has to fight.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
was that in the Lynch movie?
Huh? That was not in the Lynch movie.
That was not, okay. I was like, if it was, I totally forgot about it.
Yeah. It's a big deal in the book because that's what makes them get accepted by the Fremen.
So, I was just, sorry to cut you off. I was just thinking, when you said, the Fremen just accepted Paul.
Yeah.
In the 84 one. And
they're just like, oh, hey, you're one of us now, and here's a name for you.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And they skip some pretty significant stuff to get to that point.
Jeez.
And one part that was omitted from this, I was kind of surprised, and maybe they're holding it back for the next movie, but Paul really didn't want to kill that guy. Mm-hmm. Like, he tries to get him to yield, like, over and over, right? And then he sees there's no way about it, and so he goes through and he kills him. And he's never done that before, and he cries. And the Fremen never cry because it's a waste of the body's water. Uh-huh. And so when they see that he spills his water for the life of one of theirs, they think that he's something like some kind of god. Oh, wow. You know?
I could totally see that working in here. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder why he omitted that.
That seems to have a lot of cinematic potential, too.
Yeah.
You would think.
Come on, Denis.
Come on, jeez.
What the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah, I was like waiting for here comes my favorite part. And then they didn't do it, so oh well.
God damn it.
You know what? It kind of looked like they were running out of budget for that scene.
That was it. They couldn't afford a close-up on Paul's face with tears on it.
Yeah, that would have needed like another day.
Yeah. or Chalamet just can't make it happen.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the cast?
Yes.
I mean, geez.
Yes.
And everyone's
stacked.
Good.
And everyone's good.
I mean, I can't think of... There's so many movies where when you see the trailer, they have that screen where they just list all these huge names that blows your mind, right?
Yeah.
But it's never good.
No.
Like, it's never a net benefit to the movie to have all this star power where they all do their jobs appropriately for the good of the movie. Never works, right?
Right.
It worked here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really did feel like every single character like was played by like a pretty big name, high caliber actor. And whether they were like just kind of co-stars or side characters, they were bringing like 100%. So it felt like all the side characters and stuff were like hella, like way better acting than you'd get normally in a movie.
Definitely.
Like this.
I wish I was clever enough to have noticed this myself, but instead it was pointed out to me by a meme.
That's how memes go.
Yeah. That when Javier Bardem is in frame for the first time with Josh Brolin, he points at him and says, "I don't like that one."
Is that a thing?
Well,
God damn it! That was Josh Brolin. See, I didn't even know.
No
it was Josh
Country
Brolin.
for Old Men.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That's what I was racking my brain for. I was like,
Dang.
what movie were they both in?
Yeah, yeah,
wow.
That's funny.
yeah.
That's great. Jeez.
I forget that's Javier Bardem.
He disappeared
Yeah.
into that character really well.
Yeah.
It's funny. I immediately noticed him. I totally didn't even see Josh Brolin, even though that's very much his face.
Yeah.
I meant in No Country for Old Men.
Oh,
Oh yeah. That is his weirdest role.
Yeah, like to me that doesn't even look like Javier Bardem.
wait.
Yeah.
So who was he in No Country?
He's the killer,
Oh no, yeah.
the main guy. Yeah,
That fucking hair.
right. It's
Yeah,
the hair.
He has that weird
funny.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking psycho.
It's like the first movie I ever saw him in. That's what I only think of.
To me, I just see the character.
Yeah.
In Bob's Burgers, Louise dresses up as him for Halloween.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It
I
has a
haven't
little
seen that
tank with
episode.
her. It's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny. I want to see that one.
Yeah, so there was a No Country for Old Men reunion in Dune.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, I felt very undernourished with sandworm content.
Oh,
yeah,
I
there wasn't.
I felt so good about the sandworms.
I
loved it.
I feel very optimistic about it, but it's like I don't feel like I only saw the beginning of a Dune movie.
So,
Yeah,
so
'cause all the worms
that's
are
what I
in the
like so
second
much
half.
about it. The soundworm, like there's so little footage of them in there.
Yeah.
and a lot of it is just them underneath the sand.
and it's or from above looking
Yeah.
into the mouth.
And so I love that almost the only there was only one wide shot that we saw the entire worm in, and that was that last shot, of it looking down. But the other one was there was a surfing one that we saw.
That's at the very end.
Yeah, there was
Desert power.
there was the very beginning one where it was underneath the sand, and then another one where it was underneath the sand where what's her name died.
Yeah.
But those three shots, I guess minus the last one, those two shots really made me feel like there was like some otherworldly thing that existed that's way bigger than me that is super dangerous.
Yeah.
And that got me so hyped because it's been so long. I don't know of another movie that's done it. That's made me feel that way. That made me feel. I think maybe the Analyst did it.
Jaws does that.
Yeah, I know.
We're talking about Jaws. And see, this is where that's the caliber.
I haven't seen Jaws.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
You haven't seen Jaws?
I haven't seen Jaws.
Oh my god.
That's pretty funny.
That's okay.
I've seen Indiana Jones. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys
Well,
for introducing me to Indiana Jones.
early in 2022, we will be covering Jaws here on the Talkies, just so you know.
What was I gonna say? It was about the
Sandworms?
worms. Yeah. When the first one eats the harvester,
Yeah.
I was just shocked at the scale.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's-
love it. Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah.
the helicopter shot. It's literally a helicopter shot, right?
You know what I loved is that they introduced some very real scientific physics here.
Yeah. Oh, with
That
the
is the
sand.
vibration in
Yeah.
the sand would make the sand unstable.
Yeah.
Right.
If there's vibration in sand, you can't walk on it. You
becomes like a
fall
liquid.
through it.
Yeah.
So you're running, and as soon as it's within a certain parameter, you sink.
Yeah, I
That's
love that
brilliant.
so much.
That's
yeah,
horrifying.
Yeah, that exactly horrifying. That's part of the part that made me feel like, oh god, like those things are so dangerous because of that part. It's not just because it's a massive monster, it's going to eat me.
But it'll also make the ground liquid, essentially.
Yeah, but it also traps you first.
Yeah.
and then eats you. Yeah,
I loved the scene where the woman knew she was going to die, and she started beating
Yeah.
the ground.
Yeah, that
in
was
line with
awesome.
the thumper.
yeah.
That was a
dope.
freaking epic death.
Yeah.
Like, that was awesome.
I loved how they showed the spice.
Yeah.
Oh, me
How
too.
You actually
yeah.
got I felt like in Lynch's, I never there was the spice, and I think there's maybe a couple shots of it, but it kind of felt elusive. Like they didn't know how do you show particles,
Yeah.
Right.
A fine dust that's mixed with the desert sand.
Right.
Yeah, how do you
That's
show that?
kind of challenging.
Yeah, and that's why I was so impressed by how they solved that issue here. They kind of made it like glitter almost.
Yeah.
But the shots where that show it so clearly and believably, very, very, very effective.
Yeah.
Made me feel like there was actually something there to harvest
Right.
when they're doing their stuff.
Yeah, that actually made me feel like a needle in a haystack kind of thing. Where I saw, because they said atop, they were going over the surface, and where the girl's showing everything to them, and she says, "You see the spice atop the sand, and then you can see it better if you go up higher." And you can only see, you can only make out a little bit of red dust-ish kind of stuff on the surface. And then you can see that when Paul picks up like a handful of sand when he's down there on the surface, that some of it is red a little bit, and then it shows it in the air. And I felt like that, like wow, you're sifting sand from sand, and there's actually two things that exist here.
Yes.
That you're pulling out, and I thought that was pretty awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neato. Did you guys hate anything about the movie?
Only the scene where Paul and his mom are dressing.
I love that scene. Think about it every night.
It's the only one. Other than that, I'm good. I think
Nothing?
no. It's
I can't. Really
I
think
feel
of it.
like the beginning felt a little bit rushed to me.
Rushed.
Yeah.
for a movie as slowly paced as this film still is.
I guess you can call it that rushed.
But I have to really rack my brain. There's not really anything I have wrong with this movie.
For me, it's just the moments that I feel were directed. That's all, because I very much see it,
Yeah.
from the filmmaker's point of view, as we all do. But the guy, I don't remember I don't know if it's the Shadu. How do you say their name? Shaduskar?
Yeah, something like
something like
you're
that.
close.
They're
Whatever.
Close enough.
their whole army, and when the guy was up doing the vocal robot thing, I thought it was hilarious.
Sadukar.
Sadukar, yeah. So he has that giant neck ring thing that goes
Yeah.
around his face, and he's going. "Brr, brr, brr."
Yeah.
I thought that was really funny. I don't know why. I thought that was hilarious. They cut away from him, and I was just yeah, sure, in the world, but just that moment I thought was really funny. Also, the last part where they showed the worm out of the sand didn't do it for me. That shot didn't do it for me.
It was definitely a smaller worm.
It was because it was small.
Different scale from the one that swallowed the harvester for sure.
Yeah. But that's the one that the Freeman were talking about, right? This is the shimi, whatever you call them.
I don't know. I didn't catch that.
No? I don't know. Anyway, I didn't like it. Didn't like that shot.
Okay, I got one.
It's you're too tiny.
I got a criticism
Size
now.
matters when it comes to worms.
Damn.
To me, the one moment that felt like almost cheesy kind of Disney vibe is the last line of the movie.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
I see that.
It was,
What was that?
he goes desert power, and then Zendaya goes, "This is just the beginning." Cut to black.
Yeah, that was a little straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean, it is exactly what it is.
Yeah, she literally is saying that this was
is the
only the
beginning
beginning of a story.
She might as well say this was part one.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. There was one other line that bothered me too, and it was near the beginning. I think it's when it's like they arrive on, I think, Kaladin, maybe, and Oscar Isaac is standing there, and they're all waiting for him, and the ship comes down, and they come out, and they're all standing there in form, and there's I think Oscar Isaac and another character they do a wisecrack. There's a line.
That's
yeah.
right. I remember that. Yep.
And I remember thinking that, I was like, I just don't. Why is Denis being inflicted with the Marvel quip right now?
He did. Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
He got one quip in there.
Uh-oh.
Now it's 9 out of 10.
Because of that one quip?
Yeah.
Brought it down a whole 10th.
You know who was heaping praise on this just today was Nolan.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. He's in the news today talking about this and Blade Runner 2049 as being just masterpiece films.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I don't think Nolan could have it in him to make something this non-conventional.
No, I don't think. Yeah, when I think of Denis movies, I think of the best Nolan film ever.
You're right.
That's what I mean. There's something about Denis' style that is very similar to Nolan.
Yeah, yeah, and I think that's why I like it so much.
But I feel like Nolan is almost like almost conventional compared to
comparisons.
Yeah, no, he is.
He's pretty blockbuster.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why. Like, we don't talk a whole lot about Alex Garland, but the thing that I like so much about him is that he is not held down by convention. At least I don't feel like he is. And even though he makes some, not amazing movies, he makes some pretty damn good ones. And I think they're pretty damn good because of those non-conventional things that he does.
Yeah.
And some of the scenes that he decides to display, or some of the things that he just completely obliterates dialogue, just no dialogue whatsoever for long periods of time. And I think that's amazing. But yeah, and with Nolan, yeah, he's far more conventional, and because of that, he can never reach the kind of height that I imagine Denis is at. And it's wrong to compare two different artists like that, but yeah, Denis definitely comes from a different background, I think.
Yeah, slightly different. Like, I don't know, what's the word?
Au revoir.
Something like that. Yeah, they're like different and the same at the same time.
Yeah.
They have different, what is the word? I want to say sentimentality, but that is absolutely not the word.
They have different sentiments.
Something like that.
I don't know. The thing that's similar is definitely in the aesthetic and tone.
Yeah.
But it's almost like the intention is different.
Yeah.
Right. Well, like if you look at like I imagine the way Dunkirk looks and feels like a Denis movie that's slightly more conventional. And because of the kinds of.
But see, you see Dunkirk as a Nolan movie, and we're blown away by how this is like.
Right.
But if it was a Denis movie, we'd be let down.
Totally underfilmed.
Yeah.
Totally
right.
underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I think it's funny.
Denis has better stories than Nolan does.
Yeah.
That's interesting because it seems like, I wonder if the story is good enough, if that frees the filmmaker to be more, to be, let his expression sort of come through the film more unadulterated, because he's not having to worry about hitting you over the head with every story beat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like he just lets, like I said before, he lets Dune just be Dune.
Yeah.
Right.
And he does it his own way, his own beautiful way, and nothing feels forced.
Yeah. It's like a director's job is to present a story visually, and that's the art of it. It doesn't mean you have to make your own story necessarily, but that's like what Kubrick would do, is he would just adapt books. And Denis doesn't write his own screenplays. He adapts stories or pulls from pre-written scripts. He tries to find good stories first.
Denis Kubrick.
Denis he's like one part Kubrick, one part Nolan, one part himself.
It's my favorite. That's everything that I like.
Yeah, it's pretty damn good. That's why I think Denis is like one of the most interesting directors working right now.
No question about that.
Aside
from Ari, yeah.
Yeah, well, Ari still could blow it.
True.
Denis has yet to blow it.
Yeah, he's made like 7 movies.
That's the unique thing about Denis. There's no one with as many movies actually made that is batting 1,000.
Right,
Yeah.
that are like that good.
Yeah.
And like he just churning them out through the 2010s.
And to our millions of fans who are going to say, what about Tarantino?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Just shut the fuck up.
I'm shutting you down.
Yeah.
I'm shutting your butt down. I love Tarantino.
I do too, but he's not flawless in the sense that, in the way that Denis has been.
What about Robert Rodriguez though? Guys,
Spy Kids 3D.
That's a good point. That's a good
Thank you.
point.
I do like that movie.
Elijah Wood's finest hour.
Wait, what's Tarantino's worst movie?
His worst movie?
Jackie Brown.
To
Most
me,
boring,
it's
maybe.
It's the most boring movie.
Yeah.
Kill Bill Volume 2.
Same here.
Kill Bill 1 too.
I found myself, last time I watched that was like a year ago, and I honestly really didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't think it's very good. Yeah. He's apparently talking about making a Kill Bill Volume 3 now.
I would be so pissed off if...
Yes!
I don't want to see it.
I'm going to be so pissed off if Tarantino's last movie is Kill Bill 3.
Dude, he should just walk away. He freaking peaked with his last movie.
His last one was amazing.
Even he was saying that.
That's the best he's ever done.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't make another good movie.
He might not. Like I'm saying, this is like
if he's considering doing a Star Trek movie and he's considering doing Kill Bill 3, maybe he should just stop.
Yeah, I think just walk away, dude. Yeah.
Maybe he's right.
I want to see a Star Trek. I still want to see his Star Trek.
That would be really interesting.
So obviously, there's nothing else on Denis' upcoming list other than the next Dune.
Yeah, he's either doing the next Dune or something else.
So we can't expect another Denis movie for half a decade.
Yeah, I knew something else.
Yeah.
For pretty much about 5 years.
You guys got to check out his earlier films.
Yeah, I haven't seen Incendiaries.
Yeah, Incendiaries and Polytechnique.
Is that the school shooter one?
Yeah, and that's horrifying. That's a horrifying movie. Like
Jeez.
In your mind, like a psychological thriller.
I definitely got enemy vibes from that spider pet thing that the Baron has.
Oh.
Yeah, that thing was fucking weird as fuck. Like came on screen, I was like, "What?
Yeah,
well, you're just gonna show that, and it's just gonna kind of crawl away, and that's it."
It's like
no.
Part spider, part xenomorph.
Yeah,
they talked about it. They said your pet's listening to us. That big ass spider over there is listening.
What the fuck? How is it listening? What is it here? What the fuck? That thing is horrifying.
When I saw that was horrifying. When I saw the reviews for this, a lot of the low reviews were talking about it felt like half a movie.
It is. They're not hiding it.
You know what's funny is that
how
people
did you not know.
That's what made me worried is that people had that complaint about the Fellowship of the Ring.
Really?
Really? When that came out?
Yes.
Why? That's so odd to me.
Well, I know it's definitely a complete story, but you have the heroes setting off to go do the thing that they started out doing at the end of that movie, right?
Right.
So there's like a larger arc, but then they have a very complete arc contained in the movie.
That's so funny.
So people felt disappointed in that sense with and then by the time Return of the King came out, they get mad because there's too many endings. So it's hey, what can you do? Right? What can you do? But yeah, and I'm like, those sorts of people I think are going to be pissed about this movie.
That's so weird.
Because it does demand it demands more of you of an audience than really anything else that's out right now, right? In terms of you do have to kind of focus. Yeah. You got to pay attention to what they're saying because this is a lot to follow.
Dude,
right?
no shot is wasted. That's my favorite kinds of movies. Is when no shot is wasted. Like where you can look away and come back and be like, "Oh shit, what happened?" Like that's what I love.
Yeah. This almost sounds like a lie, like counterintuitive, but this movie's freaking lean.
I feel that.
It's very lean.
Yeah. No, it is. Yeah.
Even though it's like massive and very like I don't want to just call it slow. It's more of like it's a controlled pace.
It's paced. You know? Yeah. It's a good pace.
I mean, it moves the pace it should for its subject matter.
Right.
It never felt slow to me, honestly.
I mean, if it moved any faster, it'd feel weird.
See, it didn't feel slow to me, but I was conscious of the fact that it would be slow to other people. See, like that did go through my mind.
Well, it's funny because I look at that and I compare it to like The Irishman, right? Uh-huh. And The Irishman is not a lean movie, I don't think at all.
Yes,
I'd agree with you.
But it feels good in length. Like it feels like everything should be in there.
Yeah. That's true.
So
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. I think The Irishman works because it's so dang immersive, like this film.
It is.
The Irishman's an extremely immersive movie.
I believe the whole thing.
Yeah.
I was in their time.
Yeah, and we saw that in theaters too, so we didn't have a choice.
Right.
Yeah. That was so good.
That was good.
Jeez.
I love Scorsese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like expensive wine, man.
He is,
He
yeah.
just gets better.
Fine wine. He's putting out some of his best movies in the past 10 years.
Oh yeah. All right.
All right.
All
So
right.
what kind of pizza is Dune?
That's a
It's in the oven.
oh no, it's in the oven. You haven't tasted it yet?
It smells incredible.
It smells really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
We're all just like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know
do
where
you
to
withhold
begin.
a pizza rating till the movie's done?
What kind of pizza is licorice pizza?
The licorice pizza.
Licorice pizza.
That's what I know.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That movie looks so awesome.
Dude, I can't wait to see that.
Same.
Dune. If Dune was a pizza, I don't even
It's
know.
half a pizza. The,
That was
the first
original.
thing.
Hey, changing the subject.
Okay, let's do that.
Why haven't we seen any trailers for French Dispatch at any of the movies we've seen
No, we
recently?
have, or not? Yeah, not in the movies that we've seen.
I haven't seen a trailer for French Dispatch since before the pandemic.
I don't feel like I've seen a trailer.
Like, are they
for
bringing
French
it out?
Dispatch.
Are they going to bring it out? Oh, it's a
yeah.
good trailer.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
It's got Timothy Chalamet in it.
Who's that?
He's a
Just kidding.
sexy young,
he was in that
handsome
movie.
dude. He's in
Call Me by Your Name.
and Dune. He's in Dune.
Oh.
Yeah,
He has a
he looks
speaking
kind of like
role.
you actually.
Oh.
He has a speaking
Really?
role in Dune.
Yes, it's speaking role.
Yeah.
I thought
He
it was
is-
funny that I don't know why,
Kind
but
of.
it just it makes me smile thinking about how Dune is set in the year 10,000, and his name's Paul.
Or that there's a guy named Duncan Idaho.
And Jessica. I don't know why.
Names
you
are
have,
eternal, man.
you have the what was it the Bene? What are they called?
Benny Gesserit.
Yeah, Bene Gesserit, and then we have Jessica is a truthsayer. Yeah. I don't know.
I really liked how they did the voice, the audio
Dude,
on the
incredible.
voice was
Okay,
freaking
That actually
cool.
kind of screwed with me a little bit. I love how they did it with Paul.
It felt really abrasive.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
it
dope.
made me.
When Paul did it, when they spoke and it was mute and it was just bass.
Yep.
That was fucking awesome. But then later on, they did basically what David did in his movie, where it was just demon voice, but it was deeper, and I liked it better. But I was like, no, do the other thing again. do what you did with Timothy. That was cool.
I liked how the audio itself was delayed from the lip sync.
Yeah, but it wasn't in the others.
Yeah.
That's what I liked though.
I know.
I know.
I don't know. I specifically like Jessica's.
Did you?
She was telling them to kill each other and
Yeah,
stuff.
see,
It just
but-
felt freaking powerful.
They didn't have the delay though. I want the delay.
I liked.
Man, we have so many complaints about this movie.
I hate this movie.
I liked the scene where Jessica is like killing all those people because it's like what you always wanted like Obi-Wan to do.
Yes.
It's like
With
Yes.
Force thing. Yeah.
Why didn't you just use Jedi mind tricks?
Right, yeah.
For everything.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's like, oh yeah, if you had that power, that's how you would use it.
Oh.
In that situation, you just
Yeah.
like go kill yourself,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
untie us, jump out.
When they did that in Lynch's movie, you remember what happened when they killed the pilots and then they couldn't land?
Oh yeah,
They're like, well, why'd you kill the pilot? Just tell them to land, right? But this time they killed them and they were already landing, or they were landed. And I was like, hey, Denis was paying attention to some of the weird shit. Yeah,
he ironed out.
yeah, he ironed it out. Thank you, Denis.
That's funny. Back to pizzas.
Yeah, I just don't know where to go with these.
Kenny's desperately trying to avoid the
What
pizza
about,
rating.
please don't make me turn this half movie into a pizza. I'm just going to make a joke about half a pizza.
We can withhold pizza rating for a movie.
I don't think so. I don't think we can.
We've actually,
Makes sense.
I've read
It's
the
not a full
contract.
movie.
I've read the contract.
There's a contract.
Yeah.
I
The
didn't
contract's
sign
in the
any.
bylaws.
With our sponsor.
The bylaws. Oh, I can't. The bylaws state I cannot look at the bylaws. God damn it! I can't
Bylaws
believe
state
this.
You cannot look at the bylaws.
Unfucking believable.
Sorry. Sorry.
I don't know what I'm in.
I'm
then.
sorry.
Hey, man.
Pizza.
Yeah, well,
You guys are gonna hate my pizza.
oh, no, I'm going to go first.
Okay.
All right. It's a pepperoni and cheese pizza. It is oven baked. It has cup-shaped pepperonis. They're a little crispy on the edge, and there's some oil inside. And I put some Parmesan and red pepper flakes on it.
Damn, that's so fucking good. Damn, that sounds delicious.
That's exactly what it was.
Oh my god.
Copyright Kenny Valentine 2021.
Wow.
Taylor, you're next.
Shit. Nah, fuck. Well, my pizza doesn't have the cupped pepperonis.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Holy shit.
And it's the kind of pizza that has like a whole chunks of mozzarella
Oh.
that melt down into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I love that.
Ovellini.
With what's that leaf they put on there?
Basil.
Yeah, the basil leaves on there.
Yeah.
House made dough freshly made that day. Sauce
That
freshly
day.
made that day. And the cheese freshly made that day.
Oh my god.
My
You
gosh.
make cheese in a day?
This is
Yeah.
the hardest anyone's ever worked for one pizza.
Yes, exactly.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yes, and that the basil was harvested that day. What other ingredients are on there?
Tomatoes.
Black
Sauce.
truffle.
Yeah, all of it that day, fresh.
Holy
And
cow.
it wasn't even. You didn't even get it in a restaurant.
They're like grinding wheat
yeah, yes,
to make the
Yes,
flour.
yes.
Yeah.
yeah, and like you didn't even go to a restaurant.
Started
to
at
get
4
it.
in the morning to
You
make
go,
a pizza.
You go to your friend who is a celebrity chef, and he cooks you his pizza privately, personally, and it's
gosh.
like all the highest quality ingredients. Even like a restaurant wouldn't carry it because it's not business efficient, but he carries
Yeah.
it because he loves cooking and
For the
it's
art
his
of the
personal
pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so he goes all stop. So it's the best ingredients you could possibly get.
Oh my god.
Taylor, that was the best pizza rating you've ever given.
Thank
I
you.
disagree. Kenny's
Because I
was-
elaborated.
But I'd rather eat mine.
Yours does actually. Yours would taste better, actually.
Would taste better.
Yeah.
You're like, what is that leaf? The one with
What is that leaf?
You know, maple leaves.
They put some fucking leaf on there.
You know, oak tree. Some leaf. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Are you guys familiar with umami? The flavor of umami.
Well, I don't know.
Sushi or something?
So when you
What's that?
make dashi,
You talking Japanese?
yeah, when you make dashi broth, I made some the other day, and what you did was you combine kombu and bonito flakes and
Oh my gosh.
maybe shiitake mushrooms, all dried up, and you put them into a pot of water, heat it up to just before boiling, and then cool it down and let it soak for 24 hours.
This is a podcast about movies, just reminding everybody.
And then remove the solids, and then what you're left with is basically seawater, but not salty. And so you, yeah, I know.
What?
And so you sip it, right? And it tastes like nothing. It tastes like water, except then you have this incredible, like, amount of scent that comes out, and you feel it all into your face and your mouth and your nose, and it's amazing. That essence is what is in this pizza.
Whoa.
Where you take a slice of the pizza and you bite it, and instead of like just tasting and you're just like, oh yeah, those are good ingredients, it's that essence that comes through in your nose and your mouth and
Holy shit.
Wow.
comes out your ears, and you're like, that's pizza.
You took this to another level,
Damn,
man.
dude. That's a really fucking
You start
good
crying pizza.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Red sauce comes out of your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
That's kind of sounds like what it might be like to be on Spice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's a spice pizza. There you go.
God damn. Yeah. That's where I was headed. Yes.
It's spice pizza that you have to do.
But it's only half.
worm tooth dagger fight to the death.
Yes.
To eat it.
Yes. And you eat half the pizza and you're like, I want more. And you're like, too
You
bad.
gotta wait 5 years.
Gotta wait 5 years.
And you're starving the whole time. You're just still so hungry.
And you decide to eat other pizzas along the way, and none of them will taste as good.
Yeah, it's not quite the same.
Seriously, I felt like this was the biggest raising of the bar that I've seen since Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Dude, okay.
In terms
for
of
me,
scale of what is possible.
except
Right.
2049 was mine.
He just outdid himself.
I don't know. I don't think 29 but those numbers you said about Blade Runner, Blade Runner 2, you mean?
Blade Runner 2.
I don't feel like it took the leap forward that Lord of the Rings did in terms of.
No, you're correct. I would agree with you.
Yeah.
It was the first time I think I was aware of Denis, except for Prisoners. And I didn't like Prisoners at that time when I saw it, interesting enough. Yeah, anyway.
But anyway, 2049 definitely like was a vision unlike anything I've ever seen.
Also starts off with a diamond shot, just saying.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna call them diamond shots now.
I actually had that thought when I watched 2049 for the first time.
You were like, that's a diamond
opening shot. I'm like, diamond shot. Yeah. Well, you and I have that in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. It's more common than you think.
Yeah, I actually stole that from Kenny.
Yeah. I came up with diamond shot.
Yeah.
Damn.
But anyway, as I was saying, I feel like this raised the bar of what's possible in just a massive way.
Yeah, completely raised the bar for like it kind of makes every other blockbuster Hollywood movie kind of look pathetic.
And didn't raise the bar in the way that Avatar did.
Right.
In that, hey, look what we did with computers.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This was like a seamless marriage between digital, practical, and performance art.
That's what Nolan said.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I
there
didn't
you go.
even talk about
Literally.
that. But yeah, the CG in here was so goddamn good.
Right. That's what Nolan said in the quote I saw. He was like, I've never seen a movie that marries CGI and live action stuff as well.
Yeah.
And that's huge coming from Nolan.
From Christopher Nolan?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. No,
And he's right. I never felt like I saw any CGI.
Yeah, this felt so organic. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Quite amazing.
Yeah. I remember feeling like the city looked like they'd built a city.
Yeah. Like when they had the explosions, the attacks from the ships.
Yeah.
I remember thinking how silly it was to think about Lynch's movie and be like, wow, those are real explosions. And I saw them in here and I'm just like, holy crap, those literally blow the competition away.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking about this a lot lately because I was just I was a guest filmmaker on a crime podcast recently to talk about Alec Baldwin's accident.
Oh, fun.
They wanted to hear some.
Oh, we should review Rust.
About if we ever get the chance. That movie's not getting done. But to talk about guns on sets and like how that's supposed to work and why accidents shouldn't happen and stuff like that. Mm. And where am I going with this? Oh yeah, I was talking about the reason why we use real guns on sets is because it's so hard to fake the physics.
Yeah.
Right? You use a real gun with a blank instead of acting like your fake gun is firing.
Yeah.
Because it's almost impossible to make believable the physics of the thing. And that, I think, is a huge part of what made Denis' world so real, is that the freaking physics of everything in these shots just worked. I don't know why, but it worked so much better than I've seen. And when the city's being attacked, specifically, the part that I saw is when they're dropping these bombs that slow down at the last second so they can go through the shields.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And the way those ships came apart as they hit the ground, there was nothing uncanny about it.
Right.
It just seemed just so organic.
Yeah.
Like they dropped a freaking big ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the sense of scale was just, I can't get over that because it's easy you can make something any size you want in a computer.
Yeah, scale it up.
Yeah, you just scale it up, but like
clone that.
Yeah, like, and you can make things like crazy huge, and that's not hard to do, but selling the scale is the hard part.
Yeah, that's the reason why actually the last worm shot made me
a little disappointed.
A little disappointed, yeah, is because it was there and it was organic and it looked real and good, but it wasn't as big as I.
Yeah, but knowing Denis, it's because he has something in mind for later.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
God,
I think he wanted
were
to
done so well.
obscure it a little bit.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Quite good, actually.
It was.
I think this
it was
Denis
pretty
guy
good.
is he's pretty good.
He might be going somewhere.
I think so. Yeah. Ari, look out.
Denis might have a future.
You might.
I'm still worried. I'm not gonna lie,
This
guys.
is what his 8th film out. You're just like,
Well, let me put it this way: even if he's not going to be making $200 million movies, I'll take a $50 million movie
hell
from Denis.
yes, dude.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
We're watching.
Make enemy for me all day.
Right.
We're watching Next Floor.
What is that?
It's another movie by Denis.
Really?
Yeah, short.
Oh.
Short.
Oh, it's a short. Well, we're watching Jaws next, so
right.
Actually,
Lamb, actually.
actually, The Matrix.
Yeah.
Matrix
Reloaded.
2, right. Matrix Reloaded. That's a good 90s trailer there. And then it
That
has
probably would be.
Has the honeycomb mascot guy. He's the one who's doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Were we
Are
recording?
we done? No.
Oh, okay.
All right, we
That
done
was
with
our-
we
I
done
was
with the
getting
warm up.
levels.
We done with the warm up.
All right,
You got
yeah.
the levels.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's start. Hey, welcome to the Talkies, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye.